on rat trap. Rat we know, trap. The instrument or tool that we use for trapping a rat. The picture is here, rat trap. It is written by Selma Lagerlof. This is Selma. This is a picture of Selma. 1 minute. This is a picture of Selma in different years. A short biography of Selma for your information. 1858, Selma Lagerlof born Marbakha in the province of Värmland on November 20, 1888 to 1885. She was teaching at the Royal Higher Teachers Seminary in Stockholm. From 85 to 95, she was teaching at the Girls Junior College at Laxkora in the province of Skåne. 1887, the family estate Markaba is sold, and then 95 to 96, she made a journey to Italy. 18 to 97, moves to Fong in province of Dalkarlia. 89 to 1900, she made a journey to Egypt and Palestine. 1904, receives the Great Gold Medal from the Swedish Academy for her achievement. 1904, honorary PhD was given to her from Uppsala University. And some of her achievements are given here. 1909, receives the Nobel Prize in Literature. 1910, acquires agriculture estate. 1912, journey to Finland, Russia. 1914, first woman elected to Swedish Academy. 1921-23, rebuilds Markabaka Manor in neoclassical style to receive visitors from all over the world. 1925, is awarded the Illis Corum Medal. 1929, dramatization of one of her short stories. 1932, receives an honorary PhD from the Christian Albert University in Kiel, Germany. 1936, her first novel is produced for the first time as a drama in 4 acts. 1940, Selma Lagerlof passes away on March 16 at Marbakha Manor. Selma Lagerlof was born in Ostra Emtervik, Värmland, Sweden. She belonged to Sweden. You will find that in this story also there is a good picture is drawn in front of us about Sweden. So her background might have influenced her to write this particular lesson. She was brought up on Marbakha, the family estate, which she did not leave until 1881 when she went to a teacher's college at Stockholm. In 1885, she became a teacher at the girls' secondary school in Landskrona. She has been writing poetry ever since she was a child, but she did not publish anything until 1890. When a Swedish weekly gave her the first prize in the literary competition and published excerpts from the book, which was to be her first, best and most popular work. Gogasta Berling's saga was published in 1891 but went unnoticed until its Danish translation received wide criticism, acclaim and paved the way for the book's lasting success in Sweden and elsewhere. In 1895, financial support from the royal family and the Swedish Academy encouraged her to abandon teaching altogether. Then she became a full-time writer. She traveled in Italy and brought Antichrist Miracler, that is in 1897, the miracle of Antichrist. a novel set in Sicily. After several minor works, she published Jerusalem, the Holy City, a novel about Swedish persons who emerged to the Holy Land and whom she had visited in 1900. This work was her first immediate success. A book intended as a primer for elementary schools became one of the most charming children's books in any language. Niels Holgersson's Underbara Rasa Genon Sverich, The Wonderful Adventures of Niels, that is the meaning, was published in 1906. None of her later works matched the power of the success of Gösta Berling saga. In the mid-20s, she published the historical trilogy Långskålska Rinkan in 1925 and Charlotte Långskål in 1927, Anna's Award in 1928, The Ring of the Lower Skulls. She also published several volumes of reminiscence under the Marbaka. Now we are coming to the lesson. A short summary of the lesson. The seller is the portrait, we can say the main character, the center character of this particular story which we are going to study is a seller of home. He is a homeless fellow. He doesn't have a home of his own, who stays in the crofter's cottage for a night. One day he gets accommodation for one night in a crofter's house. The crofter entertains him as a guest and friend. But the rat trap seller returns later the next day, smashes the window pane and steals the money of the crofter. He betrays the confidence. The center character I told you is a homeless fellow, he is a seller, he is a rat trap seller, the person who goes around selling rat trap. He was given, shown hospitality by a crofter, but he betrayed him by stealing money from his house, 30 kroners. The future, however, turns later when the ironmaster mistakes him to be an old comrade, takes him home. Another character in the story that we come across, the ironmaster. The ironmaster feels that this fellow, this rat trap seller, is regimental comrade, his old friend. So because of that, he invites him and takes him to his house as a guest. Once again, he is on his way to continue his usual profession of selling rat traps, thievery and begging. So we understand from here, he does three things in order to maintain himself. One is selling rat traps. Since that business is not very profitable, he used to conduct a little bit of thievery, and also sometimes he used to beg also. But he sends a letter to the ironmaster's daughter, telling her that she was a wonderful hostess and cannot lie to her. So finally what happened at the end of the lesson is sending a letter to ironmaster's daughter and tells her that he cannot continue, or he cannot lie. He cannot continue as a a thief, and then he confesses himself. He also returned the money that he had stolen from the crofter and asked her to return it. Three persons we came across, that is the main character, rat trap seller, then we came across the crofter, then ironmaster's daughter. Four characters we have come across so far. He returns the money that he has stolen from the crofter and gives to ironmaster's daughter and asks her to return. Means he is repenting and he is making amendments for the mistake that he has done. It is not enough that we feel sorry for our wrongdoings in the past, but we need to make amends. We need to repay it. So he has done it here. He lets her know that his whole world is like a rat trap. He says that this whole world is a rat trap. Just like the rats are trapped by cheese and food, similarly men are lured by land, food, shelter, clothing, etc. These are baits. Those who touch them are trapped. So when you put a rat trap, inside that rat trap we are keeping some food items, and that food items will attract the rat, and at the moment the rat just gets inside and touches that food, what happens? The rat trap is closed and the rat faces danger, or it is killed, or it is caught by the person who has set the bait. He says that a philosophical thought, he connects this rat trap with the world of rat trap. He says that as far as human beings are concerned, this world is a rat trap. When we are attracted towards more than anything or too much to money, power, prosperity, pleasure, luxury, anything of that sort, he says that these things, whatever I mentioned just now, it is a substitute for the bait. അതായത് എലിയെ പിടിക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ കീപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ബെയ്റ്റിന് സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ആണ്. So when people are attracted towards any of these things, what happens is that he gets trapped and he will not be able to escape from that temptation. Now, as I mentioned, there are the characters in this story. 4 people we have already seen. There are actually total 5 characters are there. 5 alla adi koodalundu, but 5 main characters. There is a helper for the this blacksmith also is there. Now you can see the rat trap seller, the main character, the crofter, രണ്ടാമത് നമ്മൾ വരുന്ന കാണുന്ന ഒരു character ആണ്. The iron master, മൂന്നാമത്തെ character. Iron master's the master blacksmith is also known as Storm. Daughter of the Iron Master, Elda Wilmanson. And her name is Elda Wilmanson. There is another person, the blacksmith is having a helper also is there. The Rata seller. Went around the countryside. So if you are speaking about this Rata seller, what is his life is about? He always goes around the countryside of Sweden. Swedish person is the writer. Selma is from Sweden. She is speaking about a peddler. Peddler means who just always moves around selling things from door to door. നമ്മുടെ വീടുകളിൽ കൂടെ കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് സാധനങ്ങൾ വിറ്റ് പോകുന്ന ആളെയാണ് പെഡ്ലർ എന്ന് പറയുക. We find many people come into your house with selling of plastic utensils or any other item. They are all peddlers. So begged in the stores or at the big farms for the rat trap material, attempted petty thievery for his survival, selling rat trap. In order to make rat trap, where he got the material? By begging things from the big farms and factories. And then now and then he used to do little bit of small thievery. You can have a picture of a peddler, just like a beggarly appearance, lean and worn out. The description of this peddler is that this picture is not of that peddler that we are going to study, but it suggests what will be the appearance of that person. His clothes were in rags. തുണിയെല്ലാം കീറി പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. His cheeks were sunken. മെലിഞ്ഞ ശരീരം, ചെവിടെല്ലാം ഉള്ളിലേക്ക് കുടിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന അവസ്ഥ. He roamed with an empty stomach, feeling hungry. He led a monotonous life. What is monotonous life? A life becomes monotonous when we are doing the same thing over and over again. If there is no variety in our life, the life will definitely turn into monotony. If we are learning from morning till night and continuing throughout the year the same thing, then we feel monotony. Actually, variety is a requisite for happiness. നമ്മൾ സന്തോഷത്തിന് വേണ്ടി വെറൈറ്റി ആവശ്യമുണ്ട്. We have got a different subject, we have got a leisure time, we have holidays. All these things makes the life beautiful. But a peddler who does the similar kind of work every day, his life will be very monotonous. Now, we are getting into the lesson, the text of the lesson. Once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. So, this story begins like telling a story, an old story. The narrator, Selma, says that once upon a time there was a man who went around selling small rat traps. He is a peddler, moves from house to house, shop to shop, street to street, selling what item? He was selling rat traps. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. But even so, the business was not especially profitable. So he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. Even so, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. We explained in the previous slide whatever has been given here. It is said that how did he make that rat traps? It is not purchased. He made these rat traps at odd moments. What do you mean by odd moments? Out of official hours. Official hours means during the day he goes around selling this one. At night when he is free from selling these items, he used to sit in the odd hours, in the night hours, and make this rat trap where he obtained the material. The material he got by begging from big stores and big farms. Abundant materials. But his business was not very profitable. He did not get enough money by selling these rat traps, and therefore he did two more things. What are the two things? Begging and thievery. What is begging? Begging from people. Thievery, stealing. When some people comes to sell things in the house, we can find that we are very careful, because the moment they go, sometimes they will steal the item which is lying on the veranda or in the courtyard. So it is like that only. And now coming to his physical appearance, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks are sunken, suggesting hunger and starvation. Hunger gleamed in his eyes. If you look into the eyes, we can understand this fellow was actually totally hungry. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road, left to his own meditations. But one day, this man had fallen into a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. Now, the narrator tells that nobody will be able to imagine how sad and monotonous a life can appear to such a vagabond. This vagabond is a word which is used to describe this peddler. There are many words are used in this lesson in order to describe this peddler. Vagabond, one who roams around, is known as vagabond. It is said that we cannot simply imagine how much sadness and monotony, boring the life of such a person who plods, who used to walk along the road, left to his own meditation. He can think whatever he likes because he has no task in front of him. There is no great work to be done. So simply feeling bored and thinking whatever thought comes to his mind, and such life would be very boring. But one day, this man had fallen a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. So every day he thinks a similar type of thought, because there is nothing special to think, and his life was very bored. So one day, as he was just walking like this, naturally he might have been thinking about his rat traps, and suddenly he was struck by an idea. What was that idea? He said that idea was very entertaining. Entertaining എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മനസ്സിൽ ഇഷ്ടമുള്ളതാണ്. When entertaining thoughts comes to our mind, we feel like thinking about it more and more. It is like a sweet dream. So he says that he was struck by the idea when he was thinking about the rat trap in one of his trip to sell his rat trap. And what was that idea? The idea, we will come to that idea. Here, the vagabond thought the whole world is nothing but a rat trap. So what was the idea that he thought? The whole world is nothing but a rat trap. Baits are riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing. What are the bait? Bait means ഇരയാണ്. നമ്മൾ എലിയെ പിടിക്കാനായിട്ട് എലിയുടെ കൂടിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ, ട്രാപ്പിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ വെക്കുന്ന ഭക്ഷണ സാധനങ്ങൾ മനുഷ്യനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം അവൻ്റെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ അവനെ അട്രാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന എന്താണ്? റിച്ചസ്, ജോയ്സ്, ഷെൽട്ടർ, ഫുഡ്, ഹീറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ക്ലോത്തിങ്. As soon as anyone let himself to be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him. Just like a rat, when it gets tempted to take the food which is kept inside the trap, the door behind the rat trap is closed and then it cannot escape. Like that, if you are attracted towards any of these things more than required, then we are trapped there. You see how the rat trap is that this is one of the one type of rat, different kind of rat traps are there. Rats just go there and just get trapped there. This is a picture of a roadside cottage which we will be coming across shortly. So when he saw a roadside cottage, he asked the crofter for a shelter for the night. The old man was a bachelor and was happy to receive him. They had porridge for the supper. They smoked and played jollies. We'll explain when we come to the lesson. Inside the house of the crofter, having dinner, the dinner table is set ready. The generous generous host, that is the crofter. The old man was a crofter at Ramcho Ironworks and had worked on land. Now he is having a cow. The bossy, the cow, supports him. He was so innocent and amiable that he held up 30 kroner bill in front of the peddler. I will explain from the lesson. Whatever substance we have seen in the previous slides, that is going to be explained now. So what happened is that he was just walking along the street and then he was struck by a wonderful idea. What was a wonderful idea? The whole world is a rat trap. And then all the riches and wealth that we find on the earth is nothing. It's a bait which is set in front of a human being, and the moment he is attracted towards that, he will be trapped. The whole world about him, the whole world with its land, seas, its cities and villages was nothing but a big rat trap. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set bait for people. We understand from this particular sentence that the rat trap seller was having some kind of preconceived prejudices towards people and this world. He says that this world existed. The good things of this world like land, seas, cities and villages, they have existed in order to trap a poor fellow like this rat trap seller. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set bait for people. Why this world is existing? To trap the people. ഈ ലോകത്തുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ ലോകം എന്തിനു വേണ്ടിയാണുള്ളത്? ലോകം മനുഷ്യനെ കൊടുക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയുള്ളതാണ്. Because he is discouraged with his life, so he doesn't find happiness in his life. So he finds that this world itself is a native thing. The world offered riches, joy, shelter, food, heat, clothing, exactly as a rat trap offered cheese and pork, and as soon as anyone let himself to be tempted to touch the bait, it closed on him, and then everything come to an end. He makes a comparison of this world and what the world offers with the rat trap and what the rat trap offers. What does the world offer to us? Riches, joy, shelter, food, heat and clothing. And what does the rat trap offers to the rat? Bait. What is the bait? Bait can be a cheese, it can be pork, it can be fish, it can be any food item. The moment rat touches any of this food item which is kept inside the rat trap, the door behind him is closed. A trap is trapped. He is trapped in the trap. The same way, when we get attracted towards any luxuries of this world, anything of this world more than required, we also get trapped. Those people who become addicted to pleasure by taking the drugs, we know once they take, second time they take, and without that they cannot manage and they ruin their life. Those people who are addicted to power, those people who are addicted to wealth, those people who are addicted to luxury, anything of that, we can say that if it is too much, they all get trapped. Drunkards, isn't it? Their life also is like that only. They start with one peck and finally they are not able to get rid of these things. So what he says, all the good things, initially we feel that is good thing. Riches nalladana, sandosham nalladana, amidamaya sandosham nalladalla. Food also is good, but if you take too much, it is not good. Shelter is good, but for getting shelter, if you just betray our confidence, then it's not good. Heat is required during the cold. It is good, but that also may trap you. So anything good that we receive from our world, we have to be very careful and choosy. Otherwise, we will be trapped because good things are shown in front of us and we are just led astray. The world had, of course, we have so many people who are just going astray, joining in underground groups, terrorist groups, Naxalite groups, or like that different groups. They have been offered wealth, riches and pleasure. They have been motivated, and finally they are not able to get rid of it even if they want to get rid of. So anything in the world, we have to just very choosy. The world had, of course, never been very kind to him. Why he had this kind of thought? Why he considered the world is not good? The whatever is there in the world is actually for trapping him. Because he says the world was never very kind to him. ഈ ലോകം അവനോട് ഒരിക്കലും ദയ കാണിച്ചിരുന്നില്ല. So it gave him unwanted means unaccustomed joy. അതിൽ കഴിഞ്ഞ സന്തോഷം. To think ill of it in this way. The world is not good to him. Now to think about the world bad was giving him unaccustomed joy. It became a cherished pastime of his during many dreary ploddings to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare, and others who were still circling around the bait. So the world was not kind, so he was thinking bad about the world, and that thinking gave him lot of joy. It became his cherished pastime. Cherished എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള pastime. This is a means for him to pass the time. ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള time pass activity. What is that? During his dreary ploddings. Ploddings means wandering. Dreary means boring. അവന്റെ boring ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ നടത്തം, വിൽക്കാനായിട്ട് നടക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് what he normally thinks, to think of people he knew who had let themselves to be caught in the dangerous snare. When you feel that many people have got already in the snare of this world, attracted towards luxuries of this world and they are trapped there, attracted towards other pleasures of this world and they are trapped there. It gave him happiness, it gave him joy. And of others who are still circling around the bait. മറ്റ് ചിലർ എന്താ ചെയ്യാണ്? ഈ ഭക്ഷണം, എന്ത് ഭക്ഷണമാണ്? ഈ പറഞ്ഞ riches, wealth, etc. അതിന് ചുറ്റും ഇങ്ങനെ കറങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. Any moment they will get inside. You might have watched or heard the activity of a rat. Rat, when it finds a trap, the foot is set inside, it will come and make a circle around the rat trap, and then it will go inside. So there are some people who are already caught in the snare of this world. Some other people, any moment they will get inside. Why he felt like this? Because the world and the people in this world were never kind to him. So it gave him lot of joy to think bad about the people as well as the world. So now, as he was walking like this and thinking about this world, comparing with the rat trap, one dark evening, as he was trudging, as he was walking along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. Nor was he refused. You see, when you are just going for a journey, and if you just come into an isolated place, in a jungly place or a village or any places which is not known to you, and you don't have hotels nearby, you need to just rest for the night. And if you're knocking at the door of a house and asking them to give you shelter for the night, these days nobody turns you. No, people turn you away. The people will not accept you because they do not know who you are. You may be a thief or a murderer, whoever it may be. So here what happened, and in the case, the present situation, the fellow who comes to ask for the shelter in the roadside cottage was appearing like a beggar because he is a peddler. This fellow is always looked at with suspicion by normal people. നമുക്കറിയാം, നമ്മുടെ വീടുകളിലൂടെ സാധനങ്ങൾ വിൽക്കാനായിട്ട് വരുന്ന പല ആൾക്കാരുണ്ട്. People even coming from other states also are there collecting all the materials from the house and all that. We may give them material, but always we keep a watch over them. So here what happens? Normally we don't accommodate them, but here what happened? Nor was he refused. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അവൻ അഡ്മിഷൻ കൊടുത്തു, അവനെ റിഫ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തില്ല, അവനെ ഓടിച്ചു വിട്ടില്ല. പിന്നെ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? Instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him, the owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to his loneliness. അവനെ ഓടിച്ചു വിട്ടില്ല. Nor was he refused. Instead of sour faces which ordinarily met him, the owner, who was old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to his loneliness. സാധാരണ ഒരു സ്ഥലത്തേക്ക് അവൻ വിൽക്കാനായിട്ട് ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ ആൾക്കാർ, no, we don't want, go away. People used to meet him with sour faces, ഇഷ്ടമില്ലാത്ത മുഖം, കറപ്പിച്ച് നോക്കുക, അവജ്ഞയോട് കൂടി നോക്കുക. That was normally happens to him in his life whenever he goes to a house. But in the case now, the owner of that particular cottage where he asked for the accommodation, he was a person who was a widower. Means his wife is not there. He was a person, the owner, who was an old man. He was an old man without wife or child. Was happy to get someone to talk to his loneliness. The fellow was a lonely person. He had no company. And therefore, he was happy that somebody is there in his house with whom he can talk and remove his loneliness. One thing is here that you have to keep in your mind. Man is a social being. He requires company. It is not like a loneliness. He lives in a society. Therefore, he accepts friendship. So, what is the action of the owner of the cottage? He gave him accommodation. Why he gave him accommodation? Because he was a lonely man. Because his wife and child was not there, or he is the only man. In old age, people feel isolation without the company of others. When they feel that they are no more useful to the children, useful to the society, they feel a lot of loneliness. That is why when you go to a grandfather, grandmother, they used to make us sit and talk to them more and more, because seldom people in the house pay attention to them in the modern time. They like people surrounding them and talking to them. Immediately put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. If you have a guest in our house, if a valuable guest in our house, we prepare special food and give him. So even though he was a peddler, a vagabond, here the owner of that cottage, what he did, he prepared porridge pot. Porridge in പറഞ്ഞാൽ oatmeal ആണ്. Oats, നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം, oatmeal. Oats are available in the shop, medical shops or other shops, with which we make porridge. Porridge എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പായസം മാതിരി ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന ഒരു സംഭവമാണ്. It is very good, cholesterol free എന്നൊക്കെയാണ് പറയുന്നത്, and therefore it's available in the market. He put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. Supper is a food that is served in the night. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough for both of the stranger's pipe and his own. And after that, he was very lavish. Not only he was lavish with the supper, he just cut away a big piece of tobacco, a slice from the tobacco roll. In olden times, people had the habit of smoking. So a smoker comes to another smoker's house, what happens? They will give the smoke. If he drinks, he will give it drinks. So here what happens? He cut a large piece. Why large piece? He was so much lavish and so much hospitable. വളരെ സ്നേഹത്തോടു കൂടി അവന് വേണ്ടുന്ന അത്രയും കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. So he cut a large piece from the tobacco roll, and that piece was enough for the stranger's pipe and his own. We know that smoking pipe. ആ പൈപ്പിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ ആ വണ്ണം കൂടിയ ഭാഗത്ത് tobacco fill ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് അത് കത്തിച്ചിട്ടാണ് സ്മോക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. So whatever he cut out from the tobacco roll was enough for himself and for the peddler. It shows his hospitality, how lavish he was with the guest, how happily he had welcomed the guest. Finally got out an old pack of cards and played jollies with his guest until bedtime. Adu matravalla, how he made the man happy, how he kept company with this fellow. After the food was over, he got an old card, playing card, and played jollies. It's a kind of game which is played in Sweden, card game. ചീട്ട് കൊണ്ട് കളിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പ്രത്യേക തരത്തിലുള്ളൊരു ഗെയിമാണ് സ്വീഡനിൽ. അതിനാണ് ജോളീസ് എന്ന് പറയാം. എം സൈലൻ്റ് ആണ്. with the guest until bedtime. You see, when a guest comes to our house, if we provide them food and we stay back and just watch him, he will not feel like eating. But if you sit with them and eat, they feel like eating more and more. And again, after the food, immediately open the guest room and go and sleep. He may not be happy. But if you sit with him and talk and just pass some time, then he will feel a little more comfortable. So here you find that the man was very generous in providing him accommodation, food, smoking, and also gave his free time to play with him in the night until the bedtime, until they went to bed. The old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. He was not only generous with this peddler. Who is the old man? The crofter. Crofter means a person who worked in a farm or a mill is known as a crofter. This old man was actually a crofter in the iron mill. That iron mill we will be coming across later on. We will be coming across the iron master. Prior in his younger days, he was a crofter. വാടകയ്ക്കെടുത്ത് നടത്തുന്ന വ്യക്തിയായിരുന്നു, അവിടെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്ത വ്യക്തിയായിരുന്നു. So he was generous not only with the porridge and tobacco, with his confidences. What is confidence? Vishwasthata. Even a ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ട് അങ്ങ് വിശ്വസിച്ചു. When a guest comes to our house, we are not having confidence in him, then we will lock all our lockers, all our almaras, and keep all the valuables safe custody. But if you have got confidence in the person who is coming to the house, then we don't have to care about that aspect, because we know that this fellow will not steal anything. The guest was informed at once that in his days of prosperity, his host had been a crofter at Ramcho Iron Works. Remember the factory, the name of an iron factory, Ramcho Iron Works. We are going to come across this factory again. So in the days of prosperity, in the younger days, when he was young, he said that he was a crofter, a person who worked on the iron factory, who hired the factory, and also he told that he had worked on the land. Landilum, fieldilum പണിയെടുക്കാൻ ആരോഗ്യമുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. He had worked on the land. Now that he was no longer able to do day labor, it was his cow which supported him. Now he has become an old man. He cannot do day labor, and therefore he is just living on the cow that he has got. ഒരു cow ഉണ്ട്, cowന്റെ മിൽക്കിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുന്ന ഏണിംഗ് ആണ് അവൻ്റേത്. Yes, that Bossy was a extraordinary. Who is Bossy? Bossy. The feminine gender of Bossy is referring to the cow only. Who is a Bossy? His cow. He says it is extraordinary. Why? She could give milk for the creamery every day, and last month he had received all of 30 kroner in payment. Why? He says it gives a lot of milk, the milk for drinking, and whatever milk he requires for creamery. Creamery means the place where you separate the cream from the milk. അതായത് വെണ്ണ കടഞ്ഞെടുക്കാൻ സ്ഥലം, അതായത് cream separate ചെയ്യുന്ന സ്ഥലം. So he says that whatever milk is required for the creamery he gets. And what was the earning for the last month by selling the milk and cream and buttermilk and all that? He says 30 kroner. This kroner is a unit of currency which is used in Sweden. We have got rupees, but they are kroner. So he says that last month he had the earning of 30 kroner. So he just produces that 30 kroner